Welcome to Knosys. In this tutorial, we will be discussing how to create a database connector using the Knosys ETL tool. To begin, log into the Knosys application. On the Story dashboard, click on a profile name and then select the ETL Data Tool option in the dropdown. We will now be presented with the ETL Control Panel page. On the upper right of this page, we are provided with an at-a-glance menu displaying how many existing connectors, data marts, users, and stories exist for this account. There are also 3 icon buttons in the middle of the page. To begin the ETL process, we will click on the Import Data button or the large blue icon located on the bottom left. We are now presented with the Connectors page. On this page, we can see how many existing connectors there are. Connectors are connections that behave like data adapters and allow users to automate the process of moving data from supported sources into datasets used by Knosys. They are presented in an intuitive list that details the type, name, author, and the created date of when the connector was created. Please note that the connectors listed in this view will vary from what you will see in your account. To continue with this example, we will create a new connector. To do this, we will press the Add button on the upper right of the connector screen. We are now presented with the Select a Connector page. On this page, we are shown which types of files or remote connections that you can use to create a connector. You can choose from a variety of database connections or file types. For this example, we will be creating a database connection to a Microsoft SQL server. To begin this process, we will click on the Microsoft SQL Server icon button. We are now presented with the Configuration Setup page. In this setup, we will need to have valid access information to an existing database. To begin, we will need to name the connector. Next, we will need to name the actual database that will be called. Next, we will need to provide a remote address for that database location, followed by the assigned port number. Next, we will need to provide a valid username and password. Once we have entered this information, we can test the connection to verify that our access information is correct by clicking on the Test button. We will know that the connection has been properly made when the green Connected Alert box appears. To start over and enter this information again, you can click on the Reset button, which will conveniently clear all the fields for you. In our example, our information is correct and was verified by using the Test button, so we will click on the Create button to complete the database connector setup. The database connector that we just created is now displayed on our list of connectors. From this screen, we can choose to view or edit an existing connector or simply delete one. For this example, we will click on a checkbox next to the connector's name that we just created, and then click on the View Edit button to see our existing settings. If any changes need to be made to this connector, we can make them here and then click the Test button as we did previously to make sure that the connection is working. Once verified, we would click Update to save these new settings. We are also presented with the history log for this connector, which is available to be navigated in date increments using the left side menu. Since we just created this connector, no history is available to display at this time. If you wanted to delete this connector, we can just click on the Remove button on the upper right. However, since our settings are correct, we will click on the Back to Connectors button to take us back to the connectors list. The database connector creation process is now complete. From here, we will be ready to move on to the next step in creating a data mart. Thank you for watching.